Hello, good afternoon. Today I'm with my good friends Alondra, Jocelyn, Diana, Itzel, Javier, Kevin, Guillermo, and yours truly, Karina. Welcome to my Mental Health podcast, where we'll talking about depression in adolescents. Good fears of the depression is now as mental disorder, where many of the mood swings and the feelings in them occur reports of anger, irritability, or frustration, even over minor issues. What you do think about this, Alondra?
Hello, good afternoon. Look at you. I read in say anger. My opinion, I have heard if Paris tastes like depression instead depressed disease of the soul, and it is so true because you feel empathy day after day, and it's something that you can love life, or haven't you used net and suffer but only take suffer people were already for you will not solve your problem, nor will take retain, nor will take care where your entity take on listed they tell what your needs to go with some specialists professionalists because of depression, disorders, disorder, anxiety, and mortality, social isolation, fatigue, irritability, so low appetite or excessive hunger, impulsive trigger, and for occur you can get and you need to have sexual with professionals. And if you set someone it's go through it do not minimize their feeling investigate help and support.
Your child's mental health can't wait. Virtual and in-person mental health services are covered by Medicaid and CHIP. Enroll today. If you are already enrolled, call your provider to schedule an appointment. Learn more at insurekidsnow.gov or call 1-877-KIDS-NOW. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Diana, what do you think about the abdominal mentioning?
Depression can make us want to get away from our family, friends, work, and school. It can also cause us anxiety, loss of sleep, loss of appetite, and a lack of interest of pleasure in doing different activities. And as we have already seen, it's a very delicate topic. And what do you think?
My opinion on the subtext of depression is that, in general, depression attack could happen to every young, but usually it can be more likely to happen to a person with family problems or even school and social problems. Unfortunately, in Mexico, it is very probable that a person could have a depression attack due to bullying that can occur on the street or even school. I personally believe that this could be solved if children are given a better education at home. This would a problem or rather decrease the probability of bullying occurring and thus also decrease the percentage of cases of depression. Or tell us you, Kevin, what do you think?
How are you? Thank you very much, Memo. In my opinion, depression is too serious and uses, and right now in adolescents, it's very common to see it. As we have mentioned, personally know young people present symptoms based on the fact that their stability at home is not good. Because of course the uses in the family union can affect a lot. Not only because of fight between parents, but also because of the words that it can be affected with the way insults that are said, disgrace and mental imbalance into a person or young person that makes them doubt themselves, and as time progresses, they don't know what to do. They don't create bad spaces they don't hit. They are usually always leaning and be thinking about bad that things that not only hurt your mental health, but as time progresses, this also becomes physical damage because we not only having the motivation and self-devote in can affect himself and have symptoms of anemia, which are very bad diseases. I have had to see many cases like this and very heaven I have commented have depression, but not for family uses, but for uses of the other life. Because wherever you are, you will have always see a person what makes your world turn upside down. He insults you, makes you feel like garbage, then that's what happened to me. Primary, secondary school, I suffered from insults about my physical appearance. Nothing was wrong at first. I tolerated it, but as time progressed, my mind went into a disorder where I lost myself in it and had no self-confidence. It affected me a lot because he had the symptom that I just mentioned, and because it was in soccer, I never talked about it with my parents. I just came home from school. They look at my I am wrong and spent most of the day there, sleeping and listening to music because at that time and was where nobody underestimated me and even free myself from a lot. I didn't cry because I was worried about my parents' reaction. I just say that I was fine. And I lasted like them for a whole time until I decided to change for my whole world. I started exercising, eating healthy, and made the adequate options. I met my new people. I made now new friends. I went out and enjoyed entire company. I completely changed my way of being, taking and saving myself psychical. I started raining and waiting my feeling and whatever, everything. And that's how personally I was able to get out of this. Maybe people don't take much into account, but I must understand that this is a sensitive issue and that many young people are young through this situation. But just as I could, I know that you can just not hide and do it for yourself and ignore it to people who want to make the feeling bad, and that for me is depression. Experiencing in the end, oh I got of it. No alive, you tend to work on my partner, Joseph.
Depression is something very common nowadays. It is a disorder that any type of person can suffer. It begins with nuclear symptoms such as pathological sadness, loss of interest, and the ability to enjoy and a decrease in vitality that limits the level of activity and process exaggerated tiredness, which appears ever after making small efforts. Several common factors for which this type of symptoms begin to a person, in my opinion, they should be treated for burning. What do you think, Harry?
Thank you very much, comrade. Well, then I will tell you a little about what I think depression is. Well, mainly depression is a disorder in which people suffer that could be defined as deep sadness in which the person cannot control it the peaceful way. Sometimes there are people who are overweight due to all depressions. Since this disorder gives rise to other such as hating a lot. Other people hate frequently something when they have depression syndrome. This affects the brain, which makes that person focus in one thing and not in many like most. Other people leads gives result neural. People which cause on the cap away causing small neurons in our brain go to of which causes of our brain function to be less accurate or basic or your brain does not give the performance it did at the beginning before having this disaster. The opinion of a person with this disaster experienced the depression disaster several times. This caused me money problems both at school and home since I did not want to study. I didn't want to do anything. Just pass it to me in my room. I did want to talk to people and I just mind myself in my sadness or the feeling that I had inside this cause of me a lot of conflicts with my family because I separate me from them a lot. Then we all life began to get different. We went to psychology and they diagnosed me on depression. There were many medications that I had to make to keep myself under control because I'm not disaster from which this can be controlled with I failed medications and used medications called vortioxetine. It is antidepressant which has been studied for more than 21 years. It does it keep some hormones at levels so that you stop having drugs while this medicine does in that they investigate your brain to able to remove all bad thoughts that depression brings your size depressed in breeds bad thoughts should associated of psychology has not only sadness and cry but other feelings that people have to put up with because this is a disaster that cannot be taken and the same time because of the great risk that people
No,
run.
yes, of course. This no will never begin taking a stake. This having told about these medicines that is your thing called with its non-minding hormones and the about bad songs, they will not be taking a stake at all, much less with some kind of monkey among adolescents. We never know how much a single word, yeah, can hurt a person with this or may be going through this.
I can't breathe. I have migraines, numbness, weight loss. I live with it every day. The illness that I'm suffering from is an anxiety disorder, and it deserves to be treated like any other illness. But it's not.
Mental health.
What is depression in adolescent? Though cannot take depression can often ein type of person, whether it's each child young people and of course adults both with cannot take it particularly occurs more in young people since though to age and grains take the wind to psychological problems. Well, already cannot take problems take depression can cause those they cannot often book take her they also co-tear and lanes they can never communicate suicide. And in order to have better control of depression, you practice to eat medication are some way drink teach and us to overcome depression little by with the help of medication and also the support of your family and friends.
Yeah, it's correct, Itzel.
How can we prevent depression? Do exercise and in-based way raise a new alternative form of managing stress and depression. Communicate your emotions today. People will transmitted the most truths in you. Think, speak, and acting positive. Read it a notebook.
I hope, and with this talk, I have learned something reading in the uses of depression in adolescents. That's not my classmate. Thanks to my classmate, we are present and the two, although we fail identify various issues, it's not bad to stay for help, consult a specialist on this subject. Thank you for listening with this podcast.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Goodbye.
See you next time.